There we go. Beautiful.
Check the YouTube.
And good.
Are we live?
We are live. Everything is good.
Hello, everyone. Toast! Gluten-free toast.
So, the reason we have all gathered here tonight is we want to talk about the Kickstarter. More than anything, we want to express our gratitude. We want to celebrate with the pioneers who have made us so successful. And we want to thank all of you individually if we can. And we wouldn't be here without you, and we wouldn't be able to keep pushing without you. So I just want to really take this time to say thank you to everyone who has supported us so far, believed in us, thought that, hey, you know, we want to be a part of open source gaming, we want to be part of open source tabletop, we want to be part of the adventure. And we welcome all of you to this adventure. We couldn't be more thrilled that you're here with us tonight. So the big news is...
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You've helped make our dream a reality. So
yeah, without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So, Chris, why don't we pour them a glass of champagne and express our gratitude the way that we can over the internet, and then we'll talk about the future
Knock the light out.
of the Source and TimeStrike Kickstarter.
I'm just surprised that Shaper isn't opening that with a sword.
All right, so the first glass goes to the pioneers, of course. Thank you guys. Without you, none of this is possible. So here is a glass for all of you. Then I have here a glass for Hero, joining us tonight, but pouring her one. Here's one for Brian Wanik, the engineer behind Source. Here's one for the Rain Factory team, our wonderful and excellent marketing agency. Here's one for Robin Lee, head of product realization. Here's one for our friends and family. Anyone who's ever tried to start a business knows you can't do it without these people. So thank you to our friends and family all around the world, for every team member, for backing us, believing in us, supporting us, and being there to help us, watch the kids and stuff while we built this. Here is one for Himaro. Nick, our head of program management and our head of community. Here's one for Salpy, obviously our head of game design. And here is one for Bob and Amanda. Now, I will be drinking all of these, so thanks to all of you for making, that.
That's why they're not full.
Yes, exactly that. And a big cheers. This is the Pioneers glass to all of you. Cheers to everyone around the world who's been a part of this.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nothing has made us more excited than what you guys have done for us in the last 48 hours. So,
now
are 48 hours
tell
in.
them what they are here for.
We are approaching, or maybe past. Hold on, let me check. Where are we?
We went past the number we talked about earlier.
Hold on, where are we?
72K.
So we are now
Or
past
already another K.
$70,000. We have smashed through our $25,000 Kickstarter goal. We have pushed through the $50,000 mark, and we are now in the 70,000 realm, hopefully pushing soon. So let's get to what everybody wants to know. What's next? We funded. Great. On to the next thing, right? Everybody, cheers. Chris, have a few more. What's next for Adventure Together? What's next for the Kickstarter? What are we pursuing to get the community more for their dollar, more for their experience, and more for their adventure? So we're going to have Anthony, and I think we just lost him. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, my share screen button's not. Why is it not letting me?
Is it doing it again when you can't share your screen while you have your video on?
Salpy, do you have
I don't
your
have my video on.
popped out to the side?
Maybe that would help.
I can do it. Mine works.
Have you
so I
tried
can do
turning it on and off again?
I can do it, Salpy. Let me do it. I'll do it.
That is true.
Share your screen.
The
Got
more
it.
we drink,
Okay, that's good.
definitely the more secrets you'll get.
All right, so
I'm endorsed
Kickstarter
at those, so.
stretch goals. So I want to preface this whole conversation with a little bit of information from our team. We are listening. We have a list of stretch goals that have been ready for some time, but we are pivoting constantly. We are trying to just be more cognitive of what the community is asking for, and that is a big part of why we have kind of waited until the last minute, and that is a big part of what we will be sharing today. So we're going to share our initial stretch goals up into a certain point, and then we're going to discuss the future and start talking about what we also plan to unlock and hinting at larger stretch goals. But we want to start by unveiling what we've heard from the community, what we think is valuable, and what you guys have told us is valuable. So Salpy, why don't we jump into the first stretch goal?
Leak.
So our first stretch goal is a Kickstarter exclusive, and you guys have already achieved it, $50,000. So something we have heard from the community, and we've been listening every single day, is that everybody wants more access to a variety of biomes. And not everybody is able to purchase the higher tiers where you get 8 or you get 4, and you can't always mix and match as much as you want to. So in every box of Source and Source Deluxe, you are going to get a complete sticker booklet, I would almost call it, instead of a sticker pack, but it is a sticker pack, and that will include every single biome from every single environment, and that includes environments that we have yet to unlock. So 8-bit and others that we have teased. So as we talk more and we unlock further, you will get those biomes as well. And what this will allow you to do is take those blank hexes and put these stickers right on those blank hexes. And now you are creating a variety of biomes at no additional cost because you guys have unlocked this. And now everybody has access to build a more diverse map no matter what tier they have purchased. So thank you to all of you for achieving this, and we would love to hear a little bit about your feedback on this. Please mention in the chat if you have any questions on this. Shaper, Anthony, or Bob, if you want to talk about this a little more. I apologize if I covered it all, but I tried to summarize as quickly as possible there.
I could jump in.
I think you covered it, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is just kind of this is the kind of a precursor to what we want the community to like be able to do with the board. We're going to offer you all these sticker packs, but we hope that, as you come up with your own ideas and things for your worlds, you can use this same idea to create the world that specifically you want, and then you can share it with us, and we want to see what kind of worlds you come up with. So, we're offering this to help you, kind of have a little more variety and do what you want, but it's also just kind of a little lesson of like, here's what you can do with the product. And we're just at the tip of the iceberg of discovering what we're going to be able to do with it.
Yeah. The thing that I love most too is like just being able to buy, like the Highland set, but then have, 7 or 8 tiles that are the vegetable patches. Like that's all. It's like maybe that's all you want. Maybe you don't want the entire box. Unlike me, which I have my entire pile of vegetable patch. I love having dozens and dozens of them. So kind of keeping, with this, hey, you bought this. Here's just this extra thing. It's there. Go. And yeah, as some people have mentioned here, it should hopefully fix some of the naysayers about the blank hexes. But then we do also have quite a few people who like the blank hexes. So here's something you can do with the blank hexes really easily.
Shaper,
okay.
You're okay? All right. So let's talk about the next tiers that we have in the lineup. So we have a $75,000, a $100,000, and a $125,000 tier. And Shaper, I'm going to let you talk about the $75,000 tier since Hannah's not here tonight.
Yeah, so look, there's been a lot of discussion about lore, and I know a lot of you are very excited to learn more about the lore behind all the incredible characters in TimeStrike and the world of TimeStrike. I know there's a lot of excitement for that. So at 75,000, which might happen while we're sleeping, we will be unlocking a comprehensive lore book that will be added to every copy of TimeStrike. This will include, all the beautiful character artwork, their full hero's journey, their background, the stories of the TimeStrike universe at present. And this will be included with every single box of it. So we're super excited to be able to add that into the game. And I think that it's going to add just a whole lot more color to the world and make it easier for players to just, start to form attachments to some of these characters, because they were all written for people. They're written for people to feel connected to them. And they all have individual stories that are really special. And I know that hasn't come through yet in a lot of the marketing and the communications we put out. So, yeah, super pumped for the lore book. And it seems highly likely that that'll be unlocked.
Yeah,
it might happen while we're streaming.
Yeah,
while we're on the call.
Yeah, as we were speaking, two people bought, or one person just bought the 8X It's Rain and Source as we were speaking. Right?
Really?
So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know who it was. It was Caster Troy on his second account.
Now.
It was Caster Troy on his second account. I already know it.
I knew it.
He wants more sticker books. He wants more stickers.
Well, we are gonna build that source shed, and your name's gonna be on it.
Shit.
So something I want to talk about the lore book is, and I think a lot of the pioneers are familiar with this, but maybe not everyone. So each of the original 4 founders developed their own race, and the 2 races that are going to be featured in TimeStrike Shadow of Fear is the Fallen, which is the race that Shaper built, and the Meek, which is the race that Salpicus or Anthony designed. And
Salpy's fine.
Salpy designed. So I just want to let you know, when you're reading that lore book, you are peering into their souls, especially Shaper. So I think you'll learn a lot about them when you get a hold of this rule book and you read. Sorry, I can't even keep a straight face. But yeah, I think you'll enjoy it a lot. You'll get to know us, and you'll get to know the characters in much more detail. And we just hope it immerses you that much more when you're playing TimeStrike. Every time you pick up your character and say, oh, Mara, oh my gosh, I know about her story. And oh, she's engaging with this other character. Oh, it makes sense. Isn't that so cool? We've had a lot of moments like that, so we're excited to share that with you.
Yeah, we have deep background stories from all the worlds that these characters came with, like just full on, books. Not yet. Well, yeah, you could write a book about everything that happened in these things. Yeah, and we'll only expand upon it and tell you more. And this first box, TimeStrike Shadow of Fear, has the Fallen and, like you said, the Fallen and the Meek, and we're gonna have more and more expansions coming out, but this is only half of the initial characters from the Fallen and Meek world. We have a whole another set of characters done with skills, abilities, cards, miniatures, everything. So these worlds are already very fleshed out.
I think a lot of the fun reading through the lore book will be being introduced to characters you don't know yet are going to be characters. So hopefully this lore book will also be a great way to sort of almost tease and reveal. As you're reading through and you're learning about a new character or a side character, in the back of your mind, you know that they could always kind of appear in the game in a later release.
Is Salpy's race the strongest since he's in control of the game design? I would say that Salpy has at least one character that is pretty stinking strong. I'll put it out there. That's just my personal opinion.
To be fair, there is a canon of a character on the She-Kind, Hannah's.
Yeah, that's
an assassin that just cuts through people on the lampletters.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's all. I just try to have fun. All the abilities and skills and things are all kind of just based around what the character looked like and the model and everything. So you're gonna see just a lot of thematic come from the game itself that represents how the character actually plays out.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, and I think that brings us right into our $100,000 stretch goal, which a lot of you have been asking for. We've seen it on Board Game Geek, we've seen it in the comments on Kickstarter, we've seen it in social media, we've seen it in our Discord. And Salpy, this is all you, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, thankfully, because we've been playtesting for so long, we've had so many iterations of the game that we already know how we want to implement this. Um, you're gonna have and there will be a co-op and solo mode for each boss as well. So as you get, as we release more bosses, you'll just get more and more of these fights, and then you'll be able to choose your characters that you want, and it'll tie right in. We kind of have so much packed in with the game itself, but between like the fishing, the mining, the building, the roads, the loot that drops, all sorts of stuff that we can really play with. We can really add things to the game quite easily because there's so much to pull from. And this is probably all we really need because we have the miniatures and everything. Is just another set of rules and another deck of cards that's going to kind of control the boss in a different way, and give him a health bar and stuff. So you'll have to, or maybe not a health bar. Maybe it'll be more, depending on the boss. It'll be more. Just have to achieve. You have to do something specific to knock him out. For fear, could be more tied around his tentacles or something. But yeah, no, I've heard so much about people wanting this, and I so want to make it and give it to you. So.
Yeah, this is just another demonstration of how our games are open source as well. And TimeStrike is our first iteration of that, and we hope Source Golf will make it into a similar realm where we have these mods within the rulebook and these modes that you can play that create a different experience for you every single time. But that was kind of the goal here. We knew and we've learned that people really want that co-op and solo mode experience where they're not PvPing. They want to conquer the sentience as a group or by themselves and be taken on kind of a more RPG driven journey. And Time Strike lends itself very, very well to that. In fact, previous iterations that we had lended itself very, very well to that. So we're excited to offer this to you, or hopefully be able to offer this to you. This is the 100K mark, and we think we'll unlock it hopefully in the next few days here. But we'd love to hear your feedback if you like this, and please, just keep giving us your feedback because we're making changes and dynamically moving in different directions based on what we hear from the community. Anything else from the team before we jump to the next stretch goal? Okay. Next one, 125,000, and this one's going to go to Salpy as well. I'll let you take that away, Salpy.
So within our loot cards, we have some crazy cards in there as far as teleporting around the map, stealing dice from each other, automatically taming monsters, re-rolling dice. There's all sorts of stuff kind of built within the loot. But one thing that we, kind of wanted to see if we could play with more specifically is because the map is so buildable and destructible, we have this idea for some additional cards that would allow you to do a lot more terraforming mid-game. Right now, you build roads and you destroy. Certain characters can, smash the world, and and the boss will just level things. But we want to see if we can add some loot that would allow you to really change the landscape, like in the middle of the game, to kind of benefit your side or your character or your team, and maybe just mess with someone else's path, or maybe remove a high ground that used to be there, now it's not, or maybe add some high ground, or there's a lot of things that we could do to play with this. But yeah, it'll just be more cards that come with the game that allow you to have more fun.
Yeah, completely. We're excited for this one. And something that we've been telling people a lot about that makes Source really different is that our hexes and tiles don't interlock with one another. And we can see Amanda has joined the stream. Everyone say hi to Amanda.
Hello.
She's doing a spin for
What's
us.
up?
So something we've been talking a lot about because our hexes and tiles don't interlock is that it allows for construction and destruction during gameplay. And TimeStrike does a really, really good job of showing that off. Oftentimes you'll see the sentience or the boss run it like bulldozing over forts and bulldozing over giant bridges and any mountains that you've created, and kind of flattening the landscape. So we wanted to give you more options to kind of change the map in a live manner during gameplay that is kind of empowering and fun and accentuates that feature. So that's where the Terraform loot card expansion kind of came from as far as its roots.
All right. So so these 3 tiers have been all about TimeStrike. Let's take a look at what we have in store for Source.
All right. So we have been listening, we have been watching, and we realize that people really, really like the 8-bit environment theme that we have been showing off. So $150,000 in funding will unlock the 8-bit environment theme for every single backer to choose during the Pledge Manager phase as one of their environment themes, whether you purchase the Tubosaurus, its Raining Source, or just the Source Starter Set. 8-bit is a system that you can, a environment theme that you can pick up. And it is compatible with TimeStrike, just like all of our environment themes are meant to be. So there is a magical sauce in the back here that we say, okay, each theme has to meet a certain set of requirements so that it is playable across all of our games. And this one is also pretty fun to look at when you are playing Source Golf, or I think it will be. So really, really excited for this one. Hope everybody really, really likes the 8-bit theme, and somebody's saying it's not out of reach. I don't think it is either. I think this is absolutely in reach, and we can get there. Shaper, Bob, anything?
I love this theme. I love it. I've got an NES 2 and my Super Nintendo out in the living room because my normal NES actually died. So I got an NES 2 one that you put the cartridge in on from the top. So these really, really resonates with me as many games I've, pondered of what I could do if I had an 8-bit theme. So, and it looks like many people, definitely the Mega Man.exe game would be really cool. I completely agree.
Yeah, just
I'm very, very excited about this theme personally. I think it pulls on all the right nostalgia strings in me and makes me want to play. Makes me want to play games. I think it's funny. Only the very early founders will remember this, but when we built our first website, it was 8-bit themed, and the music was 8-bit as well, and it was hilariously awesome. And I think that Adventure Together has always sort of been highly nostalgic in what it's trying to, I guess, awaken in people. Like we want to get you to play and come back to that state of mind you were in when you were a kid. And how do we get people back there? Nostalgia is a great way to do it. And so I think this 8-bit theme for me really, really wakes that up. And I would, my mind jumps right to Pokemon. Just remember playing it on my Game Boy. And, when I see those tiles, that's what starts to awaken in me. And I love that we've got members of the community building these Pokemon games just for fun. And this is going to be one heck of a map to play that out on.
Yeah, I have to say the more I see this theme, the more fond of it I've become, and I can't wait to get it into the Pioneers' hands. I really think we're going to hit the stretch goal. I think it's within reach, and when I look at it, I get almost like old school RuneScape vibes, and I kind of want to create like an RPG where I'm going around and I'm mining and I'm fishing and I'm leveling up my character, and I just want to really, really, I don't know, something about it. I think, Chris, you said it really well. Like, it makes you want to play. It brings out the kid in you. Every time I look at it, I think that's true. So I hope you guys really, really like this, and we hope you're as excited for the 8-bit theme as we are.
Trimming armor, 100K deal.
Oh, I wish.
I'm going to go into the wilderness, and I'm going to make anchovy pizzas, because that's the best place to do it, or the only place to do it.
I'm going to do a little reveal real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
This isn't something this is just a little something that may be in the works. Some kind of
I can't believe you just put that up. Who wants an 8-bit tree? Who wants an 8-bit tree? I do. I absolutely do. Oh my gosh. Wait, bring it back up. Hold on.
No, that's it. Just
That's
get a little
it?
sneak peek.
All
We
right,
have lots
we
of
can-
ideas. We have lots of ideas, everyone. We want to support everyone's vision of what world they want to create. So, we're always just believe me. What you actually see us presenting you is like not even half of the stuff that we're always working on and got on the back burner. And it's it takes time to actually turn it into something that we can get to people. So you'll be seeing more. Oh, 8-bit sheep. Oh,
Chris,
I'd
I want
love.
8-bit sheep, please.
Yeah.
Ah, dude, hold on. Is that a secret still, or are the sheep secrets?
People have seen the
Yes.
sheep before, but we're not talking about.
Okay, they have
them
seen the
specific-
sheep.
Yeah, they've
How many?
been.
I don't know.
shown.
I don't know if everybody here has seen the sheep.
Do you have them, Bob? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
farming sim. One of my absolute most favorite board games ever, is a farming game. It's literally just called The Farming Game, and it's set in Washington State. And my family, my dad was from a really big farm. We would just sit and we play that game. And so I've been pondering and pondering and pondering how to make source farming, right tails, and how to do that. So yeah, sheep and etc. Oh yeah, we got things coming. We got things coming.
And Bob just kind of segued us into the final
Yeah.
talking point here, where we just um, so we showed off up to 150,000. Is there more? Absolutely, there is more. Is it ready? Yeah, we could show it today. Will it change? Most likely, because we are listening to you guys. We really, really are. And even up until the last minute tonight, we were debating what stretch goals we should show off tonight because we wanted to confirm what the community wanted. So yes, Tails, there is more. Not tonight, but there is more. And we've talked about Muddy Battlefield. That is on the list of stretch goals. Bob just let the sheep out of the bag. We are talking about having sheeples. Shaper has some really, really cool ideas to sculpt you guys some new stuff to go on the source board. So all of those things are on the table. Where they will land is still being determined. So we have a list this long of all the stretch goals that we are thinking on. But we're
We've
just.
made a very small list.
How dare you?
We have a list like
It's
this
really
long.
long.
Okay, we have a list.
Yeah, there you go. There you
It might
go.
be dead, but you can.
2.5. 2.5.
2.5.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Point font.
Oh yeah, 2.5. Okay, but yeah, we have a lot in store, and we really just wanted to show you what we are ready to show you, and we will be pivoting, we will be learning, we will be making changes up to the last minute to make sure that we are giving the community what they are asking for. And as we get closer to some of the larger stretch goals, we will be showing them off. I just want to open it up to the community. I want to open it up to the team, and just let's have a little free-for-all chat here to kind of end the stream and maybe tease some stuff. I don't know. What are we feeling like, guys?
So I would love to just ask for some community feedback while we've got some members here in the audience that have been really active in the community, and thank you everyone for that. How do you guys feel about voting for stretch goal unlock? How would you feel about us having a stretch goal that basically said we're going to do a thing and we're going to let you pick what that thing is within some
options.
boundaries that we'd set? Yeah. Do you guys feel like you'd be excited about that, or would you be I don't know. Would that excite you guys? Seems pretty hype from Shift Tracks. Caster Troy likes it,
Yeah, while they're
So
giving our
Has anybody?
and
have,
I'd go
have you
for
ever
it.
had any other Kickstarters do that?
Yeah, have you ever seen another Kickstarter do that? I'll give you guys an example.
Like a
So
pull of a
let's.
stretch goal, not just
I'm
pull.
gonna
Let's-
stop sharing, Nick.
You guys are throwing out fantastic ideas. We see them every day as we're working here, and the thought I'd have is, it'd be great to see one of your ideas kind of become a stretch goal and see how we could enable that. So, poll would be interesting though if it has multiple options. I've never seen a Kickstarter be so interactive. Okay, Tanara's Adventures had a lot of player input. It's interesting. We'll check into that as the case study.
Yeah.
Cool. So, it seems
So,
you guys to it, and we will keep that in mind. We were debating it as a team whether it was a good idea, or if you guys would like that much power.
Yeah, well, I think our concern was we didn't want to come off as like, hey, we don't have an idea. Why don't you guys give us ideas? And the truth is, we have so many ideas, but we have always positioned ourselves as a community-driven company, and we want to continue to do that. And the Kickstarter, you guys have been so vocal and so helpful and so full of feedback that it's like, why would we not harness the power of the community? And that was our thinking, but we weren't sure if that message would make it to you if we took a route like this. So we're reading the chat here. It seems like everybody's kind of really, really excited about the idea of being able to vote as a community and say, this is what we want.
Yeah. And I guess to grow on that a little, is there anything that we've shown to you guys, or sorry, I phrase this differently. Is there anything that you expect to see from us that we haven't shown you guys? Just like from your point of view, if you were to be the ones running this, what would you want us to show to you that we've missed out on? Is there something we've totally missed and not heard from the community? Because all of you can read the 110 comments on the Kickstarter. Everybody here can do that. That's fully available. You can go on every one of the posts we've made, and you can see what the community is asking for and what you're asking for. And are we not fulfilling that? Because if we're not, then we all need to pivot.
So the walls got brought up.
That's the thing we're
Shaper.
trying to do here is we will do that. If we're wrong, the walls will be a big conversation.
No, walls.
Yeah, there's a larger conversation to be had about. We have walls and we're working on walls, and I don't know if we want to. Do you want to dive into that right now, Shaper?
Yeah. I mean, walls have been in design for a little over a month and a half now. We worked closely with a lot of members of the Heroescape custom community to guide us on exactly what they wanted to see and how they should work. And we put in a lot of engineering hours already. I guess all I'd say about the walls, and I've said it before on previous streams, is they're going to be modular, destructible, and scalable infinitely, just like everything else we built for Source. Be excited. They're going to be awesome. When and if they unlock on this Kickstarter will just have to remain a mystery for now. I think that no matter what, before the Kickstarter concludes, we'll be showing you guys some stuff. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's all ongoing. Actually, I have a meeting with Brian, the engineer behind Source itself, tomorrow to talk about walls. And we'll keep you guys updated as that progresses. But of course, that's a high priority for us. It's just the timing and how we release it. There's a lot to consider.
And Troy, I think you echo a lot of what we've heard from the community. They want more things to bring the source board to life. And as beautiful as the source board is, once you put the trees on there, it really comes to life. And once you add rock formations, it really comes to life. And once you add the walls. So we are heavily discussing getting you guys more things to bring your board to life. But I want to make something really, really clear. Just because it isn't done in Kickstarter does not mean it's not going to get done. It's going to get done. It just might not be during the Kickstarter. Everything is going to get done. There is nothing that will stop us, and it will be to you. And, we're in this for the long haul. Source is here to stay. Source is not going anywhere, and our vision is 10, 20, 30, 40 years out until I'm walking around in a cane and I can't use this computer anymore. So I am just want to let you guys know, just because we don't hit a Kickstarter goal doesn't mean it's not coming. It means it's coming, just not as soon as we hoped. That's all. Keep that in mind. It will be here and it will be for you, and we will provide it.
Yeah, everything we hit will be delivered to you. Like that's the biggest, the pledge we can make to you is we hit the 25 grand. We did it. These tiles are going to be sent to you. Like this is the thing that is going to be done. Like we have succeeded. Like the enthusiasm is so high on our side, and it should be on yours too. Like we did it. Like we actually did it. And so all of these future things, all these things we can talk about, we're gonna do everything, because the team of us right here and you guys will make it happen. We will.
Yeah, a big fan of High Ground Tales. And, obviously, I've been checking out their stuff for a very long time. We fully intend to release all this stuff. I just think that as a company, our priority has always been to do it in a way that is a product, right? We want it to be something you can just get on your doorstep, open up, and play with instantly. So there's a lot of sets you see out there, 3D printing. We could have gone that route, of course. We could have just gone the route of we're going to release digital files and you guys can print it at home or build up an Etsy community around it. But that's not how you enable accessibility and or scale of community. So I think all these ideas we have and all the things that are out there, they're coming. Of course they are, and of course we're working on them behind the scenes. I mean, one of my favorite things about playing on Source is the props, the terrain, the pieces and parts you add on top of it. So that's definitely coming. It's just a matter of we need to build a sustainable way to be able to bring new products to market. And they need to be productized. I don't want to become a company that's just releasing digital files and expecting you guys to figure it out. I want you to just get it at your door, open it up, and it be perfect. Yeah, place it down, start to play with it. So everything we release should come to you in that way, unless we're doing on-demand stuff like during development, which will be fun too. But generally speaking, all these props and things you put on top, and different types of trees and different types of barrels or whatever it is you need to like kind of bring your worlds to life. That'll be our we'll shift our focus as soon as we're kind of done delivering and making good on the promises of this campaign.
Yeah, Troy, the that is something we're going to push for too. Is the pre-colored option and having it the capability of doing only games was a big thing all of us were incredibly happy for, and I'm hoping you were for too. The My Mini Factory, all that stuff is really cool stuff.
I don't think I'll ever, let's put it this way, I don't think I'll ever sculpt, or anyone on our team will ever sculpt another thing again without finishing it with a skin. So yeah, I think everything we make from this point forward, now that we know that technology exists, that capability exists, there will always be that option. So pre-colored for everything. You can expect it, count on it. But when I talk about productization of a thing, just so that the community understands, there's two different types of things, and if you're going to productize them, like a complex skin or a very complex set of colors on an object, is going to be something that's probably only going to be on-demand ready initially, but then we can turn it into a product later. Just because it's cost prohibitive, and in order to get a product into your hands at a price point that I believe is acceptable as a company, we need the quantity to justify that. So that's kind of where there's this sort of tightrope we'll be walking between. Look, we came out with this, let's say, building, and it has this really detailed skin, and it's beautiful. However, we need to sell 1,000 of them before we could ever even hope to package and ship this out to customers. That's where we'll go on demand first. Then there's simple things like a tree pack, 2 colors or 4 colors. Anything up to 4 colors, not so hard for us to find a solution for scale and productize and ship. Anything more than 4 colors, and that's where the pre-colored is a lot of fun. You can do, like I said, up to 10 million color combinations. It's just like the whole RGB gamut is at your fingertips. But yeah, no matter what, everything we do will come with a pre-colored option. Whether or not that becomes available as a product will depend entirely on how many colors are required for us to release the best version of it. So we'll do a lot of simple things that we can productize right away and get in your hands right away and send out in mass and in scale. And we'll do a lot of really complex and exciting things too that, will be available on demand, but not at a price point that I would say everybody's going to love. But I know there's going to be a lot of people that are excited about it anyway and will back it anyway. And so those are kind of the 2 paths I see us getting these new and fun things to you, and making sure they're all pre-colored. That's just part of our workflow now.
Yeah. And, we spent 5 years getting you Source, and we're super confident that as soon as you have one of our tiles and our hexes in your hand, you will sit there and go, oh, I understand now. They took their time. We've said it time and time again. This is not just us like, hey, we want to get a product out there. This is something that we stopped and started again and stopped and started again and went back and refixed it and fixed it and fixed it and fixed it and made it into what it is today. And it is our love letter to the tabletop community. And we trust that as soon as you get it into your hands, you will say, oh, I get it now. I get what they're going for. I get the quality. We are a premium product. We're not here to say, oh, hey, it's kind of something we threw together. No, this has been carefully crafted. Chris and Bob and Hero and Robin and Salpy and myself, we have worked tirelessly for the adventure, and because we just love it so much. And we're so glad that you guys are all here with us tonight. We're glad that you have enjoyed our first stretch goal reveal. We trust that there are going to be more. We have them ready, and we will show them off as soon as we kind of tick off a few of these lower stretch goals. We're going to be rolling them out on Kickstarter, hopefully tomorrow, if not the next day. I'll be working tirelessly to get that done. Make sure that our backers that were not able to join the Discord or are not on our YouTube or are not on our Facebook are aware of these stretch goals. We're going to be rolling them out in a much more formal format than we did tonight, but you guys are the pioneers. You get all the information first and always will. And I want to remind every single one of you that by becoming a pioneer, you have early access to a lot of our web apps applications that Salpy will be working on and Bob will be working on, and you always get the news first. And once this Kickstarter ends, there will be no more pioneers. It will just be you, and the rest of them will be sorcerers. You guys will be sorcerers too, but you are limited edition. You guys were here when we started. You'll be here when we finish, and we just really, really want to thank you for the support. We're just going to keep pushing. Talk to us in Discord. I know all of you do. I love talking to every single one of you every day. I wake up hyper excited. I've never been more excited to wake up in the morning and then come down here. I say good morning to my kids. I walk by them and I'm like, what do the pioneers have to say? No, I'm just kidding. But I'm very excited to see you guys every morning, talk to you guys every morning, and just have you a part of my life. And I think everybody feels that, and we're just so glad you're part of the adventure. So, with that being said, we're going to put a poll up we're going to put an announcement up in the Discord. Make sure that all the pioneers are aware of the tiers that we just released tonight. We're going to do them in great detail. We are also going to put a poll up just to gauge how everybody feels about the stretch goals that have been shown tonight. We want your feedback. We're always looking for it. Good, bad, ugly. You suck, Nick. I don't care what you have to say to me. Let me know so I can get better, so we can get better, so we can serve you better. And I just want to thank you all again and welcome to the adventure. This is just the starting line. Go ahead, Salpy.
I know. I want to just do a heads up. You might see some shifting around on the Kickstarter page. We've seen some inaccurate descriptions and things, so you might be seeing us fix up a lot of stuff over the next few days or the next week. Just to make sure that everything is clear, and adding graphics and obviously adding the graphics for stretch goals. So you'll be seeing a lot of updates in the next
If you
few
guys
days.
Notice things that are wrong, especially in like the Kickstarter or in ads or whatever, let us know right away, please. Because there's thousands of moving pieces, and it's impossible to know what thing is where. So
Moving
if you see
hexes.
misspelling words in an ad, or you see something, we're working. We literally never stop working. Like I want to throw it to these guys. Is like they've been doing this for like 5 years. They've never stopped. Like just give them a round of applause. Like these three, and then Hero, Robin, and even Brian. Like these guys working non-stop, and you guys should give them all the love they deserve, because they deserve it, and they did it.
Salpy.
We hit the goal.
Thank you, Bob.
We almost 3
Couldn't have-
times the damn goal.
Couldn't have done it without your wizardry, Bob. Thank you. I think thanks to everybody. Look, serving this community and seeing it form around, I guess what we're trying to do here and the change, the impact we're trying to make, it's what keeps us going. You guys are fueling us. I hope you know that. Like we feel your energy. We really do. We feed off it, and it's driving us right now. So thank you guys for that. We really do feel it.
Yeah. Can we get a Source T-shirt goal or T-shirt add-on? We'll talk about it. I don't see why not, but we'll have to talk about it.
I've been yelling it. You've heard me all yell, and I've been yelling about it for weeks.
It's true. It is
We
an
could
awesome.
we could probably set up something outside. I don't know if we would do that within the Kickstarter or outside of it.
We could set it up.
Well, let's do this. I'm going to talk to Ryan Haggerty. I apologize, Ryan, if I'm saying your name wrong. But Stuff by Hags on he does Heroescape T-shirts
On Etsy.
On Etsy, correct. So let me talk to him and see if he wants to collab again on T-shirts. And he might be able to make them available, and we might be able to help comp that. Might be a better way to do it than including it with tiers, because then you guys can get them right away, and then you don't have to wait.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Ryan actually introduced himself this morning in the introductions channel. So if you guys haven't talked to him, go give him a shout out. He actually has some old gear on there, I think, from when we were our previous brand. But we'll have to talk to him, and I think that's a great idea. We could do some sort of collab. Last thing I want to say, I want to thank the pioneers who are on Facebook, who are on Instagram, who are in Discord, who are in Reddit. I see you guys all the time supporting us, supporting the vision, answering questions that usually I go or one of us goes and answers, and fighting for us. There's a lot of people who still aren't convinced, and we're here to try and convince them. And the sorcerer army that we have now is just so powerful. Every time I go there and I see you guys commenting, I'm like, I love them so much right now. They just saved me all the typing, and you guys are doing it better than I can. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much I personally appreciate it. So with that, I think we can end tonight's stream. Everybody here, we just want to thank you again. We're going to keep crushing it. We're going to keep pushing ads out there. We're going to keep being active in the community. We're going to be active in other communities. We're not done on our side. We're far from done with the Kickstarter. We have more stretch goals to come. We have more everything, and it's all on the horizon, and you guys are making it happen. So we have more announcements coming, but for those of you, I will do announcements. We'll make sure everybody's updated with all the announcements made tonight.
Yeah, BGG ads will be up hopefully tomorrow, Caster.
All right. Just want to say thank you one more time. I can't say it enough. Thank you from the Adventure Together team, and have an excellent evening. We look forward to seeing you bright and early tomorrow.
Thank you all.
Have a great night, everyone.